Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to your favorite show, the Cricket Happening Show, with your host Ram. And yes, my throat is sore, as you all know, but still, as I said, cricket is very dear to me. It doesn't matter for me. I will still go the distance. And so let's start off the game today. And we are looking at the 51st match of the IPL 2018, and this was a match which was as close as what it got to yesterday. And the match was between Royal Challengers Bangalore and Sunrisers Hyderabad. Yesterday the match was won by 3 runs by Mumbai Indians to keep their hopes alive in the playoffs, and here Royal Challengers Bangalore did the same, but they won by a margin of 14 runs. So it was more convincing, one could say. Won by 14 runs against Sunrisers Hyderabad, who definitely gave it a real fist of a chase here, and finishing only with the captain Kane Williamson leading the way with a scorching innings. Not a scorching innings, basically an innings which was full of finesse, one could say. There was not any big slogging. It was all about playing the strokes in the right manner and maneuvering the gaps. Royal Challengers raised 218 for 6, and it was AB de Villiers who was at the forefront of the attack. Moeen Ali today definitely came out of some deep slumber, one could say, and he smashed 65. And so this is the match which I'm going to talk about, and also Royal Challengers Bangalore have improved their chances of qualifying for the playoffs now. So the Royal Challengers and Mumbai Indians are really giving it their final thrust here, one could say. And talking about, and we'll also have a look at some cricket news as well. But first, let's head on to the Bangalore and see what really transpired at the Bangalore cricket ground. So the toss was won by Sunrisers Hyderabad, and Sunrisers Hyderabad decided to insert the Royal Challengers Bangalore to bat first. Well, if you look at the card there, I thought instead of talking about the report, I would rather look at the salient features. So basically, if you look at the card, the Royal Challengers Bangalore put up a score of 218 for 6. Now that was mainly possible due to AB de Villiers, Moeen Ali and Colin de Grandhomme. But before that, they lost some early wickets. Parthiv Patel was the first to depart. Sandeep Sharma picking him up for 1 of 4 deliveries. Virat Kohli was a bit of a struggle. I mean, he made 12-11 balls, and as you know, he has been struggling in this IPL against the leg spinners, and that's what precisely happened. Googly actually clean bowled Virat Kohli from Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan was brilliant today. He was gone for 12. Virat Kohli was out for 12-11 balls with 2 fours. Now, this was the time when both the openers were in the hut, and the score read 38 for 2 in the 5th over. And then began the real, I wouldn't say carnage, but I would say that really things started happening for the Royal Challengers Bangalore with the bat. And it was the bat of AB de Villiers at one end and Moeen Ali at the other end. AB de Villiers was already into the mix. He was already, from the 44 runs which was scored in the power play overs, he already had got 28 out of that. So, and Moeen Ali joined, and well, they really targeted Rashid Khan, especially Moeen Ali. He was taking a liking to Rashid Khan's bowling, even though Rashid Khan, if you look at Rashid Khan's bowling figures, 4 overs no maiden, 3 for 27. Mainly the sixes that were hit by Moeen Ali actually spoiling the figures of Rashid Khan. But other than that, I thought Rashid Khan deserves credit for some brilliant bowling. In fact, Moeen Ali actually hit him for one very good 6. He walked over down the wicket and put him right over his head for a 6. He slapped a leg break over his head for a 6. And Moeen Ali was the man who was really going hammer and tongs at the Sunrisers Hyderabad bowlers, and the one man who really suffered under the blade of this Royal Challengers batsman AB de Villiers, Moeen Ali and Grandhomme was none other than the fastest bowler Basil Thampi. Today he returned the costliest figures in the IPL. His 4 overs was thrashed for 70 runs without a wicket. The problem for Basil Thampi is that basically he's a pace bowler, so he tried to adjust his length because when he saw that AB de Villiers, Moeen Ali in particular, and Granholm was smashing him. So he tried to adjust his length, probably bowl a bit tad slower, but that really turned out to be a big disadvantage as Moeen Ali took full toll of this deliveries. Some of the deliveries he was trying to put at Yorker length landed as full tosses and were dispatched with absolute elan by the bowlers and the batsmen, and they really took a liking to Basil Thampi. I mean, you can see his bowling figures. It was ruined beyond repair, I would say, because 4 overs for 70 runs is colossal, according to me. And Basil Thampi didn't know what to do. I mean, he normally is a man who generates a lot of pace. He tried that, it didn't work. He bowled a tad slower. That also got smashed for runs. And even his Yorkers ended up in a lot of full tosses, which was easy pickings for the 3 batsmen, Moeen Ali, AB de Villiers and Granholm. And AB de Villiers' contribution was 69 of 39 deliveries, 12 fours and 1 6 into that. Moeen Ali smashed 65 of just 34 deliveries, 2 fours and 6 wonderful sixes. Granholm was absolutely into his element, one could say. One could see Granholm wield the willow like a rapier today as he carved 40 runs with just 17 deliveries, 1 4 and 4 sixes, and all the 4 sixes coming off the bowling of Basil Thampi. And Mandeep Singh was out for 4. Sarfaraz Khan also indulged a bit with an unbeaten 22 towards the end of 8 deliveries, 3 fours, 1 6. Saudi not out 1, and Royal Challengers Bangalore raised a big score of 218 for 6, which was very good to see. The bowling, as I said, Rashid Khan definitely the pick of the bowlers amidst all the big hitting that was going on. I thought Rashid Khan was definitely the best pick of the bowlers. What a splendid bowling from Rashid Khan. Not only it's about the 4 overs, 27 runs and 3 wickets, it was also about taking those vital wickets. Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, Moeen Ali. Now that is something which you could treasure. 4 overs, no maiden, 3 for 27. Basil Thampi, as I said, was thrashed for 70 runs of his 4 overs. Siddharth Kaul also did not get his line right today. 4 overs, 2 for 44. Shakib Al Hasan, 4 overs, none for 35. Sandeep Sharma bowled 4 overs, 1 for 40. So 218 for 6 was a real challenge for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, who were chasing, but they definitely had the wherewithal to do it. So let's see what really happened. So they opened with Shikhar Dhawan and Alex Hales, but it was the going was not so good. I mean, they had to score at a clip of 10.9, but they were going at a rate of 9, which was pretty okay as far as openers was concerned. Dhawan and Hales were concerned, and the bowling was in the hands of Umesh Yadav and Tim Southee. Shikhar Dhawan was the first to be dismissed. Moeen Ali, after doing very well with the bat today, also did a good job with the ball. He took an important wicket of Alex Hales when Alex Hales tried to slap a delivery from Moeen Ali, and it was de Villiers who held the catch. And in fact, the first wicket to go was Shikhar Dhawan, as Yuzvendra Chahal caught and bowled him for 18 or 15 deliveries, which included 2 sixes. Alex Hales' contribution, 37 of 24 deliveries, 2 fours and 3 sixes in that. And that was the time the score at 64 for 2 in the 8th over, and there was a long way to go. Captain Kane Williamson was at the crease, and he was joined in by Manish Pandey. Now Manish Pandey, as you know, in this IPL, he has not been in some good form, but today he tried to really get back into form in a very good way, and I thought it was at the right time that he was trying to come into form with the business end of the tournament coming in. I thought that was good news for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Kane Williamson, well, he's some player, and what a partnership. I mean, this was the partnership which really started giving the hope as they raised a big stand. In fact, both Williamson and Pandey took it till the final over, and that was really good to see. They were really making sure, they were really trying to get Sunrisers Hyderabad to victory, and definitely there was a fright for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Now, Kane Williamson, as far as his knock was concerned, it was all about finesse. I mean, Kane Williamson is not a batsman who goes and tears the bowling attack, but look at his knock there. It was all about finesse, and all of his strokes, most of his sixes that he hit, were actually put over the mid-wicket region. As you know, now Kane Williamson has perfected the lap scoop shot, which he has perfected, and the other thing that he does is uses his wrist beautifully to maneuver the ball over the mid-wicket region. And he was simply it was simply a sort of a, I think it was an innings of finesse, I would say, as he made 81 of 42 deliveries, which included 7 fours and 5 sixes. And as I said, it was something that only Kane Williamson can do. I mean, he's such a player, as we all know. He's a man who is very technically perfect as far as test matches are concerned. And here he comes in, and he has been doing this with regularity. Let me tell you, in this IPL, when I've seen him, he has been very, very consistent. And that is what a team is all about. And captain is the one who has to lead from the front. And I'm pretty sure that Kane Williamson has definitely led from the front as far as Sunrisers Hyderabad are concerned. So his contribution was a innings of absolute finesse, one could call. 81 of 42 deliveries, 7 fours and 5 sixes. Manish Pandey, as I said, he ran into form after a long time, but he gave tremendous support to Kane Williamson to carry the score from 64 for 2 to 199 in the final over. Manish Pandey also played some real handsome strokes at times, and he was good. There was good running between the wickets, and I thought it was a good combination which was at work for Sunrisers Hyderabad. So 199 was the score. Now at the final bend, with the Kane Williamson and Manish Pandey at the crease, it was a matter of just not getting it. There was 20 runs to get to the final over, and it was all up for it. And Kane Williamson and Manish Pandey, who definitely would have been seeing the ball very well because of the way they had batted. Mohammad Siraj was the bowler, and Mohammad Siraj has to be commended. He bowled brilliantly. With the last over, the score was 199 for 3 at the end of 19 overs. And as I said, it was 20 runs to win the match. And but in the very first delivery, Mohammad Siraj struck by forcing Williamson to play a stroke in the air. Granholm taking the catch, and Williamson was a goner. Now that was a big blow. And then 5 balls remained with Huda walking in. But Huda could only manage a single. Manish Pandey, and after that Siraj was really unstoppable. And the sense one has to really commend Mohammad Siraj for keeping his cool and really not giving anything away to the batsman. At the most he gave away 5 runs, and that was brilliant bowling, I thought. With 2, if you look at it, it was Manish Pandey at the crease who was looking very good. At the other end was Deepak Huda, who can really hit the ball big and mighty. But really, sorry to say that 204 for 3 is what Royal Challengers Bangalore restricted Sunrisers Hyderabad, won the match by 14 runs, and kept their hopes alive as far as IPL playoffs are concerned. But we had a nice game of cricket here, and but if you look at it, they still had Shakib Al Hasan in the hut, so one does not know probably what could have been possible, but nevertheless, full credit to RCB for really keeping the Sunrisers Hyderabad to 204 for 3. The bowling figures: Umesh Yadav 4 overs none for 31, Tim Southee 4 overs for 45 without a wicket, Yuzvendra Chahal 4 overs 1 for 28. He also picked up an important wicket of Dhawan, 1 for 28. Siraj did a good job. He was costly till such time, but definitely he had leaked 38 runs of his 3 overs. But Siraj did a brilliant job in the final over to pick up the wicket of Kane Williamson, which I thought was the real turning point. 4 overs 1 for 43. Moeen Ali 2 overs 1 for 21, and Colin de Grandhomme got smashed for 34 runs of his 2 overs, and AB de Villiers took the man of the match award. So dear friends and subscribers, this match is all done and dusted. The match which is coming up tomorrow is Delhi Daredevils are taking on Delhi Devils, almost out of the playoffs, one could say. I mean, so it is the match which will be happening between Chennai Super Kings and Delhi Daredevils. So that's the match which is coming up. And now let's have a look at some cricket news. As far as cricket news is concerned, the news which is coming from ICC, as we are talking about the ICC Test Championship that is going to become a reality. Finally, yes, dear friends, subscribers, in the year 2019, it is definitely going to be a reality. From 2019 to 2021, there'll be a lot of match. I'm going to just share some news with you as far as the ICC is concerned, and I'm just coming to that, and also coming to that. Okay, before that, let me give you some news here, and also there is a talk going on that ICC may scrap the tradition of whether to, when the captains, as you know, when the match starts, the two captains walk out to toss to see that who wins the toss, that is the team which takes the decision as to bat or field. And I'm told that ICC is really pondering over whether that is something which has to be done away with. Now that is something I wouldn't know like what really lies ahead, but that is something in the works, I'm told. And also if it's a day-night test matches, now as you know, India actually rejected the Australian proposal where they were supposed to play a day-night test match. The Indian Board of Control for Cricket in India, they actually rejected the offer, and but with the Test Championship playing conditions, what it says that the team which hosts the, I mean, they have to play bilateral test series. I'll just give you some brief synopsis here. So it's 9 teams, 9 full member teams will be contesting a total of 27 bilateral series in the inaugural World Test Championship, which will be played between 2019 and 2021. And so over here, so whichever team is hosting the tournament, hosting the test series, the bilateral series, is the one who would take the decision whether there will be a day-night test match, and that is something which the other team, which is going to be the visiting team, has to accede to its request. So that is a sort of a stipulation now. So no team like what India did right now of rejecting the Australian proposal of playing a day-night test match is not going to be done. So that is something. And as I said, I also told you about the toss. The toss might be something that they're planning to, whether they want to keep it or wanting to scrap it. One does not know what are their plans here. And I can say that so that is something in the works right now. And so we are really looking at something novel coming up when the Test Championship starts. But definitely one is happy to see that soon this is going to be a reality. And other than that, well, I'm told Angelo Matthews and Sunanga Lakmal has been past fit as far as the West Indies test tour is concerned. So that is good news for Sri Lanka for sure. And so these are things that I wanted to talk about. Well, dear fans, subscribers, it has been a pleasure bringing you this daily cricket show of mine. And I hope you all enjoyed this broadcast of mine. With this being said, it's about time to say a very good night to all my friends and subscribers. Thank you.